Good afternoon, my crafty friends. How you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope wherever you are, the weather is not too hot. We're kind of overcast here and cool. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're the only place in the entire world, basically, that's got below seasonal temperatures. Okay, so my name is Judy Menlove, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Markham, Ontario, Canada. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes, see if anybody comes on, and see if I can get it to show up on my iPad. So just in case I can read any comments that are there. So just bear with me a second or two. There we go. I think I'm good. Okay, so I'm coming to you live from the cottage. Where we've been for a few days and had company for a few days. So I have my son here and his wife and my two grandsons who are, let me see now, they just had birthdays, so they're now 7 and 9. And so that was crazy busy. And then they left, and then my niece and her husband and 3 kids and my sister all came. So it's been crazy. So today, finally, we're by ourselves. So that's nice too. Okay, so let me see. If you're on, please say hello. And if you're watching the replay, please say hi. And let me see. I guess, oh, geez, I forgot about what I have for you today. Okay, so just a reminder that the coupons, if you have any coupons to redeem, they have to be done by the end of the month. So that is next week, I think. Yeah, today's the 23rd, I think. So they have to be done by August 31st. And just a reminder that the kits are on sale. The kits are great. So whether you're a new stamper or you've been stamping for years, the kits are great. Everything is in there. You don't need to buy anything else. If you want some that you can stamp with, they come with a little Stampin' Spot. So rather than like a full-size ink pad, they just come with a little tiny one, which is more than enough to do your project. So anyways, there's that. Yeah, anyway, so the kits are on sale till the end of the month, 15 to 30% off. So if you've thought about getting a kit, now's the perfect time. Okay, so we're still playing with Cheerful Daisies bundle. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we'll get started. So hang on a minute. Okay, it takes me a minute to figure this out. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's something in the way here. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to move this up a bit and move this up a bit. Okay, let me see what I'm doing here. No, that's going to be too far away for me. Okay, there we go. That's going to have to do, right? Okay, so if you want to know about any of my upcoming classes or if you need a catalog, don't forget that our new fall catalog, mini catalog, goes live September 6th. So if you don't have a demonstrator or you need a catalog, you can go to my Linktree/Judy's Paper Crafts and request a catalog from me. Okay, so still can't see this, right? So we need to come up a little bit higher. How's that? I don't know, I'm just kind of a mess today. Wow. Let's try that. I know, I'm just moving you guys all over the place. Hope you're not getting seasick yet. Now it looks all crooked. Is it my paper or my phone? Okay, all right. That's it. I'm done. We're going to quit now. All right. So this is the Cheerful Daisies. This is the stamp set. So it's got a bunch of little daisies. This is 2-step stamping, which means you'll stamp one and then stamp the other one. And it's got some cute little sayings on it. And these are the dies. There are 14 dies that match up with the stamps. Okay. And you get this cute little frame type of thing to for your sentiments. So I'll just show you that. Okay, so that will fit there, or oops a daisy, or wishing you the brightest birthday. Doesn't, or you can put it in your friendship means everything. So it works with all of them. Okay, All right, so week 1, I'm just going to do a quick recap here. So week 1, we did these 2 cards. Okay, that was week 1. And then week 2, we did these 2 cards. Okay, and last week we did this card, which had no designer series paper in it. And today we're going to do this one. So this one was done in the azure afternoon. Okay, well, it looks quite dark on camera, but anyways, that's what it is. So I cased this card from, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm going to post it here. Oksana Semenska. That's what I'm going to say her name is. And she can be reached at funstamper.com. She's a, I believe she's a demonstrator. I'm not sure where she is. Anyways, Oksana Semenska at funstamper.com. Okay, so this is actually her card. So today, that was done in the azure afternoon, and I'm going to do it in the lemon lolly today. I wanted to do it in the pretty peacock, but of course I'm at the cottage and pulled out all my ink pads and didn't bring the pretty peacock. So go figure, eh? But sometimes that's a problem when you travel. Okay, so lemon lolly, where's my paper? Okay, so we're gonna start with a piece of lemon lolly that will be 5.5 by 7 inches. Oh, I got some dents here. I wonder what I did there. Oh, well. Okay, you won't see it once I put the paper in there. So we're going to cut this at 7 inches. This is 8.5, so I'm just going to cut 1.5 inches off. Okay, so 8.5 less 1.5 gives me 7. So that's what I want, 7 inches. So now it's 7 by 5.5, okay? And we're going to score this at 1 3/8 inches on both sides. So I'll put that there. So your base is 5.5 by 7, and you're going to score 1 3/8 inches on the 7-inch side. Okay, so 1 and let me just pull this down a bit. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to turn it over and do it on the other side. 1, 2, 3. It's a bit of a fancy fold card today that we're doing. And we're just going to fold that in. You're not going to believe this, guys, but I don't even know where my silicone mat is. And you know me, I can't function without my silicone mat. I don't even know where it is. I don't see it here anywhere. Could be, it's obviously hiding somewhere. I haven't seen it all day. I'm just kind of rummaging through some stuff here looking for it. But I still don't see it. So I don't know what I did with it. I know it's here somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh my goodness. I hope I can function and get this card done without it. Okay. Hey Rose, how are you? Thanks for joining me today. All right, so we're going to take this stamp, which is this one here. Okay, and we're going to ink it up in the lemon lolly. And I'm just going to open this up here. And we're just going to do like some tone on tone here. So just kind of, okay, so I'm just going to kind of ink this up here and there. Turn my stamp around a little bit so it's not perfectly all the same. And then we'll do the same thing over here. This pretty stamp, this ink is pretty wet. I'll put one there. And one there like that. And we'll do one over here at the end. And we'll put a little one in there. Okay, and then I'm going to fold it up and stamp some more on this end. Like so. And we'll do this side. Let's do another little one there. There we go. Oh, now this, I have a piece of 4 by 5 inches. This is just going to go on the inside. So while I have this here, I'm just going to stamp that there like that. And we're done with that. Let me close this up. Okay, so what do we got next? I have a piece of, oh, yeah, so then I was going to cut this. This is Pebbled Path, which is one of the new in colors. So I was going to use the garden green, but of course I don't have any garden green paper. So I've had to improvise all over the place. What I wanted to do, I can't do. So I've just kind of improvised everywhere. Okay, so let me see this. Can you still read all this? Am I okay? Yeah. All right. So this piece of cardstock is 5.5 by 2 3/4. And this little piece of designer series paper, which is from the Daisy suite as well. This is 5.5 by 1 1/4. Okay. So we're just going to glue that onto that in the middle. I can get my trusty glue. And you can measure if you want, but I'm just going to wing it. Every time I try and measure, it's more crooked than if I had just eyed it. So I'm just eyeballing it. And then what I can do is I can put it on my paper here and look to see. And it looks, oh, that one's crooked there. Looks pretty good to me. So I'm just going to seal it down. There we go. Okay. So let me see now. This is going to be, you know, I already screwed one up. I glued the whole thing down by mistake because I wasn't thinking. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where this goes. I want this to be in the middle here. That looks pretty good. And if I had a pencil, I could mark it, but I don't have a pencil, as per usual. Anyway, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. So we're just going to glue this on one side. So we're going to put a bit of glue on here. And then I'm going to put this back. And see that I kind of can have the same amount on either side. So it's in the middle. But I don't want to press it down, so I don't want to get glue all over it. And just over just a smidge more. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, well, whether it's perfect or not, that's where it's going. Okay, so that's on there like that. Next I have here, I've already pre-cut stuff to make it easier for you guys, so you don't have to spend all day with me. All right, so I cut this in the Lemon Lolly, which is this big piece here. Okay, so that's the die I used. I cut that in the Lemon Lolly. And then the outside of all these 3 flowers, I just cut in white. So just basic white. Okay, like that. Okay, so now I don't want the leaves. So I'm going to cut them off. And I'm going to separate these 3 flowers here. So I'm just going to snip it all off with my snips. Oh, one more here. Okay, so that one, and now we just have to kind of trim it up a little bit. Get all those little pieces off. That looks good. Don't want the leaves, they can go in the garbage. Or you can save them for future. I'm just cutting all these little pieces off here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. And I'm going to just punch out these little lines here. I'm not going to punch out the dots because I am going to cover them. So I'm just going to punch these little guys out here. Like so. Okay. Okay, now comes the hard part, trying to match these up so I can glue them on. All right, so let's start with the glue. I'm just going to put a little bit on each petal, and I want my tweezers. So that I can hold it above to see how it matches up. Okay. Let's see how it goes here. It always looks like you're so close. That looks pretty good. What do you think? Okay, let's put it down. There we go. That was easy. That matched up pretty good. Okay, and then we'll do this one. Put some glue on that. Oh, I don't want too much. Just a smidge here. And we have to do the same thing with this one. Line it up. Wow, look at that, eh? I think that goes there too. I think I'm pretty good at this. What do you think? All right, we'll line that one up. And last but not least, we have this one. This one's pretty easy to line up. Put a bit of glue there, some glue there. And we'll line that up. There we go. Okay, so then I took this little guy here. Where's my stamp set? I took this little guy here for the centers and this one here for the centers. Okay, I took the die and cut this one out, which is this die here. Okay, and I cut that one out, but this is the die for the small one, and I don't like it. So that's just me. I just don't like it. Like, if you look at it, I just don't get it. This is, so anyways, I stamped it and then I just fussy cut it out so that it's more round. Anyway, so I've done that as well. I know I'm way ahead. I'm not showing you guys anything basically, but I think you all know how to stamp, so I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of glue on this. Oh, I stamped it in the copper clay. So let's see now. I want him kind of like that. Ouch. This thing's sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Just stuck it in my finger. And we'll put a bit of glue on this one. And we'll just kind of cover him up. Maybe like that. Yeah, see, so I just kind of stamped it and just fussy cut around it. I threw all the other ones in the garbage, or I would show you what it looked like. I just didn't like it. Just didn't like it with the die, so I'm just as happy to fussy cut. That works for me just fine. I'll put that one on there. Okay. So I've cut 2 squares out using the Stylish Shapes dies. So I use the two largest squares here. Okay, so this one is cut in the Pebbled Path, and this one's cut in white. So, and now I'm going to take some garden green ink. And I've got this little stem. Okay, and I'm going to stamp him in the garden green. Okay, so he's going to go this way, like the way I call him. And that goes the other way. But I can't stamp like that. I have to turn it. So anyways, I know it's going like that. So we're just going to stamp it like that. And then I'm going to have one going off over this way. And then I'm going to have one going off over this way. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, we'll put him over there. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that open for a minute. So roughly, they're going to go like that. Then we'll put this one over here like that. And that one over there like that. So now I'm going to take the leaf and I'm just going to stamp the leaf. You can cut them out, but I'm just going to stamp it. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ink this up and I'm going to stamp off. Can you see that? Yeah, just so it will be a little bit lighter, not quite as dark. Okay, so just going to stamp off a little bit. And we'll put one there. And we'll ink that up, stamp off a little bit. I'm going to put one here. I don't care if the flower covers half of it. And I'll just stamp that off a little bit. We'll put one here. And maybe one more. I'll just put them down here like that. That looks pretty good. Maybe I'll quit while I'm ahead. We'll see once I get the flowers on if I want to add more or not. All right, so we're going to take the white piece and glue it to the Pebbled Path piece. Oh. There we go. Okay. So this is going to be adhered to this side only, okay? So we're just going to want to put some glue over here. We don't want to put it on the whole thing. So I'm just going to kind of just put on the edge here. Like that. And you want it to go kind of straight. There we go. It looks pretty good. And then when you lift it up, you hope it didn't glue to it. And it didn't. There we go. I'll just give that a nice press. Okay. So now we're going to add our flowers. Now, do I